We've talked about cleaning your credit report. Now we're going to discuss improving your credit profile. Now your credit profile consists of your payment history, your utilization, the age of your credit, your mix, the credit mix. And with the mix, I'm talking about the number of accounts that you have, your derogatory information or negative information on your credit report, and any inquiries that are on your credit report. Now, most of these items are used to formulate your credit score. The algorithm that's used to formulate your FICO score consists of many of these items. Your payment history is 35% of your score, and your credit card utilization is another 30%. So there, 65% of your score is contained in these two parts. Now, these 6 items are data points that you want to have pre-built in a certain way so that when you go before a lender, they're more apt to approve your credit request. Your payment history needs to be 100%. 99% is fine, but 100% of course is best. And there, if there are any late payments or missed payments, that's what we should have dealt with in the cleaning the credit report section of our plan to pre-build our credit report. So you have a letter that I've given you to dispute any sort of late payments or missed payments, but I've also included a letter that you're able to write directly to the creditor and ask them for forgiveness for any late or missed payments. Now, in the letter, you're asking them for forgiveness, and you're asking them to contact the credit bureaus and remove any negative information that they may have listed there. If that company is unwilling to help us out, and basically we're asking them for grace and mercy, but if they choose not to allow that, we still have the dispute letter that we're able to send to the credit bureau. We've frozen or opted out of our information being shared with the secondary bureaus, so we should be able to remove any negative information concerning late or missed payments, one way or the other. All right? So with our payment history, we need to make sure that it's at 99% or 100% on our payment history. Our utilization should be right at 6% or lower. Your utilization takes into consideration the amount of credit you have versus the amount of credit that you've used. If you have $1,000 worth of credit and you use $100 of that credit, then your utilization is at 10%. All right? If we have $1,000 worth of credit, we don't want to use more than $60, which would be 6%. $60 or less. All right? So we want to make sure that our utilization is 6% or less. Now, our age of credit, we want to have it at 6 years or higher. All right, 6 years or older. Now you may be saying to yourself, well, I've only stepped into this credit arena. My credit is only a year old or 4 years old. Do I have to wait 5 years or 2 more years before I'm able to hit this particular data point? The answer is no. You know, if you're able to become the authorized user on a person's account where they have the age that you need, say you have someone who has a 20-year credit history and they have excellent utilization, and by that I mean low, and they have the history that we're looking for, the algorithm will take your age of credit and their age of credit, say they're at 20 years and you're only at 1. It'll add those two together and average it out, and now all of a sudden you're showing 10.5 years of age or history on your credit. So there is a way to age your credit that will allow us to hit this particular data point. Also, you want to have 10 or more positive accounts on your credit report, 10 or more, and you want to have a good mix. You don't want to just have all credit cards. You want to have a good mix, and this mix can include, but it's not limited to, and you don't have to have all of these things, but have some of these things. You want to have revolving credit, which of course is your credit card. You want to also have installment loans, whether it's a personal loan, a student loan, a car loan, have a mortgage in there. You know, these are the type of things that make up a good mix. It shows the lender that you're able to handle yourself in different credit situations, you know, with different credit products. So you want to have a good mix, not just one thing. If you were making a salad, you wouldn't just want lettuce. You know, you may want some carrots in there, some onions, some red cabbage, maybe some turkey, ham, or some cheese in there. Maybe put some tomatoes in there and some salad dressing. You want to have a nice mixed salad, and you want to have a nice mix with your credit accounts. Also, derogatories, which going back to cleaning your credit report, we want your derogatories at 0. Now, with the derogatories, the credit bureau may receive your letter and wipe the slate clean of everything that you list. Or they may wipe it clean of half of the things you list. Or they may not do anything and leave everything on there. So as I stated earlier, this is not a sprint. This is a marathon. So you have to be prepared. Just like a boxer, you may want to knock your opponent out in one round, but it may take 6 rounds. It may take 12 rounds. However many rounds it takes, you have to stay in the fight and do what you have to do to make sure that you come out victorious. So I'm saying be prepared to persevere, but in either event, our mind is fixed on the fact that we want 0 derogatories listed on our credit report. Interrogatories, you can have 5, well, we're saying 5 or fewer interrogatories listed, because as I stated, you don't want to dispute the accounts that we have that are open that we're actually using, but we don't want to have 20, 30 interrogatories on our credit report. So let's get rid of as many interrogatories, and I apologize, inquiries on our credit report. Let's get rid of as many as possible and get it down around 5 or fewer. We don't want to give the lender the impression that we're hungry for credit and not a good credit risk. All right, so that's going to paint us in the most favorable light to hit these data points and show the lender that we're the type of candidate that they want to lend money to. We have 100% payment history. We have 6% or less in our utilization. The age of our credit is 6 years or more. We've been in this game for a good long while, and we know what we're doing. Our accounts, we have 10 or more, a good mix. You know, we have a good history of dealing with different types of credit vehicles or lending products. We have 0 derogatories, and we have 5 or fewer inquiries. So our credit profile is improved, and we're looking excellent. We're looking beautiful to potential lenders. The final thing that we want to deal with is building our credit strength. And we can actually build our credit strength while we're repairing our credit report or cleaning our credit report. We can build and clean at the same time. There are 3 ways that I'm going to suggest to you that you should build your credit strength. One is with you as the primary account holder. The second is with another person as the primary account holder, you as the secondary. And the third is a way that we can use what's called trade lines to build our credit strength. All right. Now, the first, with you as a primary, we want to go to self-lender. They're called self now. I think they dropped the lender off. But it's a company that will allow us to do a secured loan. And I like them because there's no hard inquiry to our credit report. They report to all 3 credit bureaus. It's a secured loan, but we don't have to put a lump sum of money up front. They allow us over the course of 12 to 24 months to put money into a savings account. They're reporting positive payment information to the credit bureaus, and we're building a savings. And so at the end of that term, they release the money to us minus their fee, and we have that money to pay down a credit card if we have one, or use it for Christmas savings, or whatever it is that you want to use it for, but that money comes to us minus their fee. And we don't have to worry about dirtying up our clean credit report with another hard inquiry, because they don't make any hard inquiry to the credit bureaus. Another thing we can do, and these are positive accounts that we're going to put on our credit report. Another thing that you can do is have positive payment history, positive rental history reported to your credit report. There's a company called Rent Reporters, and there are others, but Rent Reporters lists 2 years of positive rental payment history on your credit report. So that's something that we definitely want to take advantage of, all right? And now I put a link in the one pager for self, and I'm telling you, Rent Reporters is another positive account that you can add to your credit report. Both of these things place us as the primary on these accounts and show positive accounts on our credit report, which can go towards the 10 positive accounts that we want to have to make up or to improve our credit profile. So all of these three things are working together and interwoven, but as I stated, we're able to build our credit report as we clean our credit report. We're able to build our credit strength as we clean our credit report, and we don't have to worry about dirtying up our credit report with a bunch of hard inquiries. We can build positive accounts to our credit report without dirtying it up with a bunch of hard inquiries. Now, in addition to accounts, positive accounts where we're the primary, we're able to put positive accounts on our credit report without worrying about hard inquiries, but we're going to use another person's credit. We're going to be placed as an authorized user on another person's credit. And I mentioned it earlier, but there are 3 benefits to being an authorized user. You want to have a person with a good age credit, with a high credit limit and low utilization, good payment history, all right? And all of that good information transfers over to your credit report when you become an authorized user. So it builds your credit strength. You're able to piggyback off of the good credit habits of someone else when you become an authorized user on their account. Now, if you don't have a loved one or someone that you know personally that will allow you to be an authorized user, you can go to companies that offer trade lines. They're called trade lines, and it's similar to, but it's actually the same thing as becoming an authorized user. It's just that you don't know these people. It's a company that offers this service, and you're able to take the same advantage of being an authorized user, because that's what you are on this trade line. And for 60 days to 90 days, you're able to be on this trade line, build up your score for whatever it is that you may be looking for, a lower interest rate on a mortgage, a lower interest rate, or better loan conditions on a car loan. Whatever it is, you don't really need more than 60 to 90 days to handle that business and then get your name off of this particular account. So these are ways that you can build your credit strength without dirtying up your credit report, so we can build strength and clean the report at the same time.